If I did it, you could do it, bro. And look at me in the eye. Because the eyes are the windows to our soul. Bro, if I did it, you could do it. You got a brother for life. To me, a relationship is worth more than money. People ruin relationships all day because of money. They kill people because of money. A relationship is priceless. And I understood that at a very young age. If you work hard on a job, you make a living. What are most people doing? Making a living. Getting enough money to pay bills. Just because a man is tall, with all due respect to you, doesn't mean you can win against somebody that is shorter. What separates the best from the rest is mindset. I'm not talking about physical, violence. But when you have your mindset under control, you can win any war.
World, this is the second episode of Brick by Brick. I'm back. I got my brother here with me, Carlos. I did the first episode, the introduction, with Gianni. Carlos is here with me, and he's going to give me clarity on some things, on why you need to believe. How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing excelentemente bien.
Yeah, when people, they ask me that question, I usually just say blessed, because I know I'm blessed. Like, every moment I have breath in my body, like, that's a blessing to me. When I wake up in the morning, I always have opportunities, another chance to make things right. So that's why I always say blessed, but you give me a different aspect with the 5 pillars.
The 5 pillars, you want me to tell the world, you want to tell the world? You say it in English and I'll say it in Spanish.
All right, 5 pillars: spiritual,
espiritualmente, mentalmente, físicamente, emocionalmente, financieramente. Have you noticed they all finish with what?
Mind.
Mente is the Spanish word for mind, right? So when I see somebody, obviously when we greet people, I always said it all my life, strangers make you rich. So I'm always networking. I have all my life networking because I was born and raised, you could say, inside of a business. So I understood the power of treating people with love and with respect because you don't know who's could become your customer. At the end of the day, we're all here to serve each other. So it's not that I was doing it for the money, but I always knew behind my head that if I treat people with love and respect, if people like you, they'll listen to you. And if they listen to you, they'll do business with you. So I like how to win friends and influence people. I like winning people. So I praise them. It's good that you have that hat, praise. So when I meet a person, I focus on their strength, on what I see that stands out, on their quality, because every human in this world has, we all have gifts and talents, right? So God, I'm a visionary. God gave me the ability, just like an eagle, to be able to see a person, even from without them speaking, and be able to see their talent, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like in business, when people see an ugly house, I see a beautiful house, because I don't see the ugliness of things. I see how I could basically make that and turn it into better than how I found it. Make sense? So when I greet a person, and normally people be like, I'm good. And they ask me, how am I doing? So I'm like, excelentemente. So I pretty much say excelentemente. It finishes with mente. But excelente means excellent. Why would I say I'm good?
So what are their reactions when you say that?
That's the point. I want them to be like, hey, why you say excelentemente? Then I come and use my hand and be espiritualmente, mentalmente, físicamente, emocionalmente, financieramente. So then I say it in Spanish, even if it's a person in English. Then I translate it for them, right? Spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, financial. And then I break it down for them. Then I'll say, you got to have a connection with God, but you also got to have connection with yourself. Know thyself, right? Because how can I have a good relationship with you that I'm meeting you today when I don't have a good relationship with God, the creator, a good relationship with myself, right? I first need to have a good relationship with God, myself, and then with people like you, and then my significant other, here and there. Then I go mentally. Then I break that down. I tell them the difference between us and animal is the mind. Then I go to the next pillar, which is the physical, físicamente. So then I break that one down. I tell them, hey, we got to take care of our temple, right? God gave us the body. Why not take care of it, right? Because the thing is, your physical pillar says a lot about you. It says if you have your shit together, which shit also is means for me self-love, self-care, happiness, inner peace, independence, time management, right?
I was looking at a video with Andrew Tate, and he was saying to be a great communicator.
Of course.
And also, you have to work on yourself to be a great communicator, because if you're obese, nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to respect you.
And that's where the 5 pillars come along. And it's good that you said communication, because then we're going to touch about the 4 levels of value creation, which communication is the 3rd highest level of value creation, right? But I said physically, físicamente. So it's a shame for a man or a woman to grow old without achieving greatness physically. Facts or no?
Facts.
Do you respect more a man that is physically fit?
Yes, of course.
Right? Because that shows self-love. It shows discipline.
They have to work to get that.
Yeah, it shows that they believed in themselves. They put it in the work. It showed sacrifice. It showed everything. All the success ingredients.
Hey world, Shamar Fields here, Brick by Brick. My goal is to take that one brick and continue to build on that brick to make a brick wall. We're here to impact people. We're here to transform people. We're here to uplift people. So I thank you for continuing to watch, and I pray that you guys get impactful by my message and my journey.
Right? Because for a person to get physically, in their elite shape, you got to also control your mouth, what you put in your mouth, what you eat. Right?
Yep, discipline.
Discipline. So then the 4th pillar is the emocionalmente, which is the emotional pillar. Mars, what's the most jails and the cemetery are full of people that didn't control their emotions. Do you know that your emotions control 90% of your decisions?
Yeah, of course.
Most people are emotional. Mm-hmm. You know who's emotional?
Who?
Now he's in work in progress.
Who?
Mars. When I first met you, bro, you drive the ball inside the paint, they touch you, you wanted it to cry. What's your boy's name? Shout out to your boy. What's his name?
X.
X? Same thing. He still does it. They touch him, he puts his face like he's gonna cry. Lovely guy. You're a lovely guy. But the thing is, the emotional pillar, most people, unless you work on that pillar, I'm gonna tell you one thing, Mars. EQ is more important than IQ. People with a high EQ make it farther in life, and they're more happy than people with a high IQ.
Now, how do you develop that EQ, you would say?
The EQ, by understanding your emotions. The minute you get to know thyself, get to know yourself. If you're a man, practice stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, study Marcus Aurelius, philosophers. Seneca, you study those type of people, if it makes sense. But as a man, remember, women are very emotional creatures. So when you work your emotional pillar as a man, bro, your whole life is going to change. You're going to transform because you're going to attract a woman now. Because women value a man that is not just simply physically fit, right? Emotionally fit. Women want also a man, mentally fit. A woman want a man emotionally fit, stable. Because they're emotional creatures. Imagine a woman bringing some BS to the table, and you're here bringing yourself down to her level. A man is supposed to be competent, confident in his emotions, in his ability. If you have a baddie, imagine that woman's going to attract 1 billion guys. You should know. Imagine if you basically don't take care of your emotions. You're going to be a jealous guy.
You're going to be insecure.
And you're going to be insecure, and you're going to scare her away. She's going to be like, how did this other man make him feel uncomfortable? It's not that I think I'm better than other men, but I pay another man to think that he's better than me. That's why you got to develop yourself with all your pillars. Because now, the last pillar is the financial pillar. Financieramente, financially. Quien no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir. That means we're all here to serve each other, to provide to each other, right? If you want to look at it like this, if you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. So my purpose is to help people get what they want. It's to help people accomplish their dreams. And that's how I'm able to impact them. And that's how I'm able to get my income. And that's how I'm able to get fulfilled. And that's how I pay it forward, right? But everything started by developing my mindset. What separates the best from the rest is mindset. And when you develop your mindset, you could apply now your mindset in any game you play. It could be in your personal level, business level, or sports, or anything in life. You're going to stand out, right? I'm going to give you another example. The 4 levels of value creation. It was a good thing that you brought the Andrew Tate, the communication, right? But 97% of people, Mars, they're in implementation, the lowest level of value creation. They're normally employees where time is money. Facts or no?
Facts.
You told me you have how many jobs?
2 jobs.
2 jobs, right? Which I want the world, you to tell your audience about that, right? Because you used to think that the more you work, the more money you get. Meaning the more time you invest on a job, J-O-B, adjustable broke, with all due respect, right? The more money you get. That's implementation. But there's unification. If you become a leader, the second highest level of value creation, meaning that you move people or you become a business owner, right? With money, you can buy people's time. Would you rather be the person being told what to do as an employee or you telling others what to do?
I'd rather tell others what to do.
Now you understand when people tell me what to do in basketball, I go, it doesn't matter if you're 6'5", I go like a little chihuahua, barking like a pit bull, right? And I want to go on attack mode. It doesn't matter how big, tall you are, how strong you are, right? Because I understood that just like in the Bible, Goliath and David, just because a man is tall, with all due respect to you, doesn't mean you can win against somebody that is shorter. What separates the best from the rest is mindset. I'm not talking about physical, violence. But when you have your mindset under control, you can win any war. So winning the war within starts with your mindset. The mind has over 80,000 thoughts. Hey, Rohn, I'm here with my brother Mars. He's going to start training me basketball. If you guys need a coach, basketball trainer, just hit him up, Mar Hoops.
Yeah, you can find me in Mar Investments. We're here trying to get 1% better. We all have love for the game, so I'm here to pay it forward and pay my time and my knowledge. So what do you need? You need help with your layups, I see. Do you agree?
I need help with my layups. Just follow him, Mar Hoops, Mar Investment. Contact him when you need basketball help, training. Thank you. Per day, the quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So when you win the war within, bro, spiritually, that connection with God, connection with yourself, you understand that the difference between us and animals are mindset, and you develop every day. You start reading, you pray by having an attitude of gratitude, you meditate by listening to God, right? You be mindful of your thoughts, right? You work on your physical pillar. You start your day working out, because at the end of the day, health is wealth. See, 97% of people are obese, to not call them fat, right? They're overweight, right? Because they put money first and they forget about their, physical pillar, their health. Health is wealth, right or wrong?
A lot of that is also emotional too. So the pillars are working like all around. Like you got to work all around, because like people are obese because emotional. They are depressed, so they eat.
Remember, the devil uses food. The devil, see, a lot of people think that the devil only uses drugs, alcohol. Notice, people that smoke weed or use drugs or drink alcohol or have bad habits like smoking vapes, you get me? They normally are depressed, anxious, or stressed. But I'm going to tell you why, Mars. I'm going to continue with the 4 levels of value creation, but I want your audience to know this. You want me to tell you something?
Yeah.
Most people, they're not working on their purpose. You will never be fully happy on life if you're not on your purpose, your God-given purpose, the reason for being, the reason why God brought you to the world for. See, and this is where what I bring to the world. Most people are in fear zone. Most people are in comfort zone. Very few people are on growth zone. You know what growth means?
What do you mean?
Get rid of weakness. But most people, they don't want to get rid of weakness because they were trained to be weak. They were trained to be employees. They were trained to not think for themselves. John D. Rockefeller once said, he who works all day has no time to make money. That means that a man that is working the whole day, you have no time to make money. But I'm going to tell you one thing too. If you work hard on a job, you make a living. What are most people doing? Making a living. Getting enough money to pay bills. To just the bare minimum, right?
Yeah,
that's why they're depressed, anxious, and stressed. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. Once again, if you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. And that's the solution to the problem. The secret is working hard on yourself. It's not working hard on a job. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you don't work on your dreams, somebody else is going to hire you to work on theirs. So under the iceberg is finding your purpose. I recommend your audience to read the book, The Ikigai, The Reason for Being, if it makes sense. Or go on YouTube and they could listen to the audio. Or they could go on YouTube and listen to a summary of the whole book. So there's no excuse. Free knowledge out there. But knowledge is only potential unless you apply it. Facts?
Facts.
Right? So I want to let you talk because this is your podcast. Yeah. But remember, we were talking about the 4 levels of value creation. Implementation is where 97% people are at, right? Mm-hmm. Most people are employees. My goal is to help them transition from an employee mindset to a business mindset. Thanking God, thanking you for becoming a businessman. Mm-hmm. Right? Thanks to Jayandi, too. Jayandi. Right?
Yeah.
So that's unification. Because if you want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you want to go far, it's better to go together. Yeah, Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. Together, everyone achieves more. Facts?
Facts.
But guess what, Mars? Communication is the 3rd highest level of value creation. Do you know that now, thanks to God, thanks to Jayandi, and thanks to yourself for believing in yourself, you have your podcast, Brick by Brick podcast, right? Not brick by brick, the shots you shoot in the basketball, right? Because you're an excellent player overall. You got my respect, right?
Appreciate it.
Man lie, woman lie, numbers don't lie, right? I'm a numbers guy. The most important skill set in basketball is putting the ball inside the hoop. In business, the most important skill set is, you know what?
What?
Helping people.
Accomplish dreams?
No, serving people.
Oh, serving, okay.
Which is, that's how you close the deal. Mm-hmm. That's how you exchange, basically, value. Because money is a byproduct of value creation. You got to first create value, then people will be willing to pay you for that value. But you know, most people, they don't understand how to create value. Because to be able to create value, you got to become a valuable person yourself. Money is a byproduct of value creation. But most people don't understand that money is simply a tool. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Right? So, communication, podcasting is communication.
Hey world, Shamar Fields here, Brick by Brick. My goal is to take that one brick and continue to build on that brick to make a brick wall. We're here to impact people. We're here to transform people. We're here to uplift people. So I thank you for continuing watching. I pray that you guys get impactful by my message and my journey.
You need to understand the importance of branding. As CEO of your own company, you need to be head marketer for the brand called yourself. See, in today's generation, we got to work on our personal brand. Why? People do business with people that like, know, and trust, right? If they listen to you, if they like you, they'll listen to you. But if they listen to you, they'll do business with you, right? So in your podcast, you could bring awareness, which is communication. You're going to be able to have a platform to tell the world your stories. You're going to be able to bring people like myself so they could tell their stories, past, present, future, right? You're going to be able to bring other experts to your show, Brick by Brick, where you could ask them how they did it, how they're doing it, or you could give them clarity because now you could also become a coach yourself. You get me? Because your goal is to help people get from A to Z. We're helping you go from A to Z. But at first, I got to help you A, B, C, D. We first needed to help you first with attitude. Positive mental attitude is the first step to riches, right? Out of the 12 steps to riches. Because this is what you become. Money comes last in the list. First, you got to become the person. then you got to do the stuff that you got to do to become that person, right? And that's how you're going to have. Yes. So A, B, C, D. A, attitude, which you got to help people take action, which is A, with the right attitude, so they could go to letter B to become business owners. So we could help them become the business, right? That's how we help them accomplish their dream, which is helping them have clarity so they could be living a life of purpose, be intentional, right? So then they could one day, not one day, is either turn that day one into what?
One day to day one.
How is it again?
That's Yandi.
You gotta know. You gotta turn that one day into day one, right? So a lot of people say, "Oh, one day I want to have my dream car. One day I want to have my dream home." But everything starts
with a dream business.
With your dream business, and a lot of people don't know that they are the business. Even when you're an employee, you're still part of a business. You're still part of the economy. Why would you want to settle to be creating value at the lowest level? You want to get up to the next level. The highest level is the imagination. I've always been in that level. I'm a visionary. I can see things that other people don't see. But I also believe you could see things that other people can't see as well. When you develop that skill set, when you develop that talent. You got to look at talents like basketball. Bro, I'm not the most talented basketball player. You should know that. But I'm one of the most hungry. I'm one of the most consistent. I always show up no matter what. I have no excuses. I have no reasons why I'm not showing up, right? In life, you either got results or you got reasons why you don't have it. Facts or no?
Facts.
Right? You've noticed ever since you met me, I've been consistent with the game. I've been consistent with my body, with my physical pillar. I've been consistent with playing the game. It doesn't matter if I had a finger injury, whatever little thing, I still show up, right? It's a chance, use another area to perfect, to develop. Make sense?
Yeah.
To progress, because I don't go for perfection. Kaizen, 1% better. Shout out to Angel. Hopefully Angel watches this podcast soon. The Kaizen cast. You know Angel?
I don't know.
Okay. He's one of Jandy's mentees. See, Jandy has a few other people too that he's also coaching. Okay. Angel's one of them. Angel has the Kaizen cast, right? So brick by brick, you should one day interview Angel, if it makes sense as well. So you could see his perspective. You got me? Because he's still finding himself. Even though he started, his podcast, he's still trying to figure himself. And I know you could give him clarity. Once he sees this episode, he'll be able to also, have more awareness, if it makes sense.
Yeah, you touched on fear. I wanted to talk about fear. I didn't want to cut you off or anything, but some people see fear as like false evidence appearing real, but I don't really agree with that statement because I believe fear is real, but it's what you do with the fear. Because people see fear as this forget everything and run. It's the same thing with false evidence appearing real. People want to forget about fear. They want to ignore it. So instead, they shy away from fear. But I believe in fear as face everything and rise. So,
face
everything and rise. Yeah. So we have to have courage. We can't constantly be running around and ignoring because that makes us weak. But when we face everything, we have growth. The Bible, it says, fear not 365 times.
Hey, Rohn, I'm here with my brother Mars. He's going to start training me basketball. If you guys need a coach, basketball trainer, just hit him up, Mar Hoops.
Yeah, you can find me in Mar Investments. We're here trying to get 1% better. We all have love for the game, so I'm here to pay it forward and pay my time and my knowledge. So what do you need? You need help with your layups, I see. Do you agree?
I need help with my layups. Just follow him, Mar Hoops, Mar Investment. Contact him when you need basketball help, training. Thank you.
How many days are in a year? 365 days in a year. Why do you think God tells us not to fear so much? Because he's by our side. we constantly have God by our side, so why are we fearing?
You know, sorry to interrupt you, but step number 4, from the 12 steps of riches,
Freedom of fear.
freedom from fear. So, see, I've done videos in my podcast, CMR Podcast Network on YouTube. You know, it's a little raw. You guys could go watch it too. And my IG's Businessman Carlos. See, I'm here promoting myself. You gotta, you know, accept all the opportunities to make the best out of it. So, I did an episode, it says, respect all, fear none. I don't know if you noticed, I'm very raw. I'm very bold. I'm very, you know, high on energy. And it's because I understood at a very young age that I'm fearless. I respect all, fear none. You got me? Because I understood that if I have God within me, why would I fear anybody or anything, right?
Exactly.
Just like David faced Goliath, you got me? When everybody feared Goliath in the Bible, I feel like God sent me to the world to be a David as well. I always been that guy that I'm not the tallest, I'm 5'8", but I always been that guy that when I see somebody trying to bully somebody, I don't want to call myself the bully's bully, but I always been that guy that faces the bully and calls him out on his BS. You got me? Because I practice positivity. Positive mental attitude is the number 1 step. But a lot of people, they don't know why I practice it. Because same way, you got to know what's positive. You got to know what's negative. And you could say I was raised around negativity. I was raised, you know, in Passaic around Cribs, Latin Kings, Bloods, Trinitarios, you know, Mala Salpatrucha, all the gangs, bro. Never got in a gang. And never had an issue, you know, with a gang jumping me. And I had many fights. Like in front of gang members. I used to fight all types of people. And they wouldn't dare touch me, bro. Because I always said, dime con quién anda y te diré quién eres y para dónde va. Tell me who you with and I'm going to tell who you are and where you're heading. Tell me who you with. I always said, I'm with God. Tell me who you with and I'll tell you who you are and where you're heading. Who am I? I'm a God. I'm made in the image of God. God is a creator, right? So if I'm made in the image of God, God is fearless. He created the universe, the heavens and the earth, right? So if God knows my intention with people, you know, I know for a fact at my 34 years of age that if you don't start a fight, bro, you'll win any fight. Because a lot of people don't know that to win anything, there's a spiritual, how do you say, realm?
Spiritual realm, yeah.
Right? And believe it or not, bro, that's why you can't fear anything. When you understand how the spiritual works, and if you don't start something, God has your back, bro. Bro, you could defeat a Goliath, bro, with no problem. You could defeat the tallest, biggest, strongest man on this world with your mindset, bro, with your spirit, the way you approach things. You know, the number 1 with God, you want to be like this. But mentally, you want to be like this. What's this? What does this look like? Like a gun.
Gun, yeah.
And physically, you want to be like this. Right? I don't want to curse in your podcast, but physically, when people see you, you want to be like this. Then emotional, your emotions, estamos en crecimiento, no en sentimiento. We're on growth mode, not in our feelings. And financially, you want to be like this, like the pinky ring. That's why I got all my life put in a pinky ring, if it makes sense, right? Because financially, I want to be, finance is the smallest. It's the last in the list. But with God, you want to be like this first. With God, thumbs up, right? That's why respect all, fear none.
Did you ever have fear?
Me? Straight up? Never, bro. Confidently saying it here. Never had fear. Bro, if you find my story, my mother came when I was 8 years old from the Dominican Republic. My grandmother brought me when I was 9 months. I was the firstborn child, boy, from my father's side. Right? My father went to the Dominican Republic, got my mother pregnant. My grandmother found out, she's like, nah, I want to bring him to the United States so he could have an opportunity to learn English, to, you know, study here in school. Because I come from my mother, they're very poor. They were from Villa Altagracia in the Dominican Republic. Villa Altagracia It's part of San Cristobal. It's 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from the capital, right? And to make a long story short, I used to go to Dominican Republic like literally 4 or 5 times a year. And when I used to go there, bro, the difference between how I lived here compared to when I used to go there, bro, it was poverty on another level. They had the house made out of wood, bro. The ceiling was made out of zinc. I don't know how to say that in English. Like iron, cast iron. Like you could hear the rain, bro, but it was la tranquilidad, bro. You gotta learn Spanish. Yo, bro, it was a form of meditation when it rains, bro. Oh my God. So you see, I learned how to value being where there was the wealth. Because I came from my father's family, they're business people, except my father. And I also came from a family where there was poverty. So I had the rich family and I had the poor family. Like the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. My poor family tells, well, you know, my mother, oh, go get a job, blah, 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 blah. My rich family, they're like, nah, you got to open a business. You see the difference? Mm-hmm. So when I used to go to Dominican Republic, making a long story short, there in Villa Altagracia, there's a lot of violence, bro. A lot of delinquency, if it makes sense. Because where there's poverty, I've learned that people are not messed up, bro. Even the gang members, people used to get in gangs. If you notice, if you study people that get in gangs are tribes. How do you call it in English? Tribes?
Tribes, yeah.
Tribes. So, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. They're smart people, bro, believe it or not. Believe it or not, they're organized. But they're using their energy towards something negative instead of something positive. If they are able to create these gangs in a negative way, imagine if they created to impact in a positive way. And this is where this organization is coming along, right? An organization that is not a gang.
Hey world, Shamar Fields here, Brick by Brick. My goal is to take that one brick and continue to build on that brick to make a brick wall. We're here to impact people. We're here to transform people. We're here to uplift people. So I thank you for continuing watching. I pray that you guys get impactful by my message and my journey.
But we're so organized, helping people accomplish their dreams, helping people get clarity, find their purpose, helping people, get control of their mind, helping people, escape, the matrix, the rat race, escape the war within, right? That if we all get together and we start doing events, we're going to hold the Wealth Map Summit, which I'm organizing that behind the scene, where all the people that have their voice like yourself, Brick by Brick podcast, Day One podcast, Ans Believe podcast, Lucy Sombra podcast, Diffiny Cast podcast, Beauty Fly podcast, my podcast, CMR Podcast Network, which in reality, mine is about questioning everything. Starts with why, right? Why this, why that, right? Where I'm here mentoring, coaching people. That's what my podcast is about. Because leaders eat last. I'm not worried about myself, if it makes sense. All I want is to empower people. Because if we're able as an organization to come together, right, and help each other, so we can help the world and use our platform to voice out the message, to help people transition from employee to business, investors, where with money you can make money, where most people don't know that you could borrow to invest instead of working to save to invest, because they don't know how money works. So I'm trying to bring people clarity overall. And this is where the Wealth Map Summit it was born. MAP as in Massive Action Plan, if it makes sense. But making a long story, answering your question, if I ever have fear, when you have God within, that I feel like everybody has God within, you're supposed to be fearless. But I'm going to tell you something. Most people, that inner voice, when it's positive, is God. When you wake up, you have two options. You could either go work on your dreams, your vision, your ideas, and create an opportunity for yourself, or you could go and work for somebody else's dream. Those people working for somebody else's dream is because they haven't found their purpose, the reason for being, right? Which, at first, when you're finding, your purpose, I'm not saying not to do that. But if you come across a man like Carlos or a man like yourself now, that you know people like me, like Andy, we could invest in people. If it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Right?
So you said you haven't feared, but I know a lot of people have fear in a lot of areas in life. Like
the negative voice is the devil.
Yeah, a lot of people fear the devil. And I don't
bro, if you're smoking, using drugs, why do you think people use weed or use drugs or use alcohol? I come from a father that he just still, to this day, my father drinks every day. Why do you think they drink every day? Notice.
They want to skip reality.
Notice this, bro. Alcohol, drugs, weed, any of them shits. I never smoked alcohol, none of that shit. Right? But I'm going to tell you, people that use those type of things or that they're not physically fit, they're escaping reality. See, I face reality. I have no problems. You know why? Like Jim Rohn said, rest in peace. One of the best motivators, philosophers, motivational speakers, personal development coaches. What you lack in skill, don't wish for less problem. Wish for more skills to solve your problems. Bro, understand, I come from a father that drinks every day. But his brothers and sisters, they're all business people. I come from a mother that she doesn't basically drink. She doesn't, smoke ever, right? But she had a poor mindset. My mother to this day still has an employee mindset. Because if you don't work hard on yourself, you're just going to make a what? A living. But if she worked hard on herself, becoming the best version overall, spiritually, strong connection with God, connection with herself, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, everything else is going to just connect itself.
Do you talk to your mom and dad about those things? Or are they like the parents that like seem like talking like that is disrespectful? You know, some parents, the
best way to talk is by leading by example. My mother, everybody, you should tell her, I wish I had a son like your son. And my mother literally had to understand that I was a quality son recently. I have 3 daughters. You got me? And I'm going to put it in perspective. My mother used to call the cops on me. Because I used to basically, when she came from Dominican Republic, she got pregnant right away. And my brother was born. I was 8 years old. So I used to live with my mother till like I was 14. I moved out. Because I thank my mother because she basically made me pay her rent. And she made me give her money for food. Right? So I had to earn things. Things were not given to me, if it makes sense. But I remember I was working already. By 14, I already had my first business. By 17, I already had 5 stores, 30-something employees. By 14, I already had 6 employees. So I always been, to not call myself a hustler, I always been an entrepreneur. Hey, Rohn, I'm here with my brother Mars. He's going to start training me basketball. If you guys need a coach, basketball trainer, just hit him up, Mar Hoops.
Yeah, you can find me in Mar Investments. We're here trying to get 1% better. We all have love for the game, so I'm here to pay it forward and pay my time and my knowledge. So what do you need? You need help with your layups, I see. Do you agree?
I need help with my layups. Just follow him, Mar Hoops, Mar Investment. Contact him when you need basketball help, training. Thank you. I always been driven by my beliefs because I always understood whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So I said I want to be different. I was always that eagle where there was chickens. So making a long story short, my mother, she used to call the cops on me because she used to catch me with a lot of money. Right? She was the type of person, she was mad nosy, bro. She'll go into my drawers when I'm here showering, if it makes sense. You got me catch things like that, like money, maybe condoms. You got me?
So she thought you were selling?
Meaning I was getting money, bro. Bro, I was at my first car when I had 14, bro. I was driving with no license because I had the license from God. I'm that type of guy, bro. When I used to see a cop, I'm so fearless. When I used to see a cop, I used to beep the horn, bro. No license. Beep, hey! And when I used to see them, I used to give them a business card. I'm like, yo, I sell phones, electronics, anything you need, boom. So I like winning people. How to win friends and influence people. Remember, your network is your net worth. Contacts are contracts. Relationship is a currency. So I understood the power of networking with people, getting in the right rooms, proximity, and building rapport with people. So you see how I'm high on energy? When I walk into the basketball court, es mentira. So I got all my life being like that, bringing energy, lighting up rooms where there's darkness. I used to play basketball in school number 11. School number 11 here in Passaic, right? And when I used to play basketball, there was fights. I used to see people get stabbed. I used to see people get shot. I seen people get killed playing basketball, bro. That's why I learned how to respect at a very young age, everybody A through Z. Because the person you less think can literally kill a person. I seen people bully people, bro. Okay, you won today. The person that got bullied will come tomorrow or a month later or a year later. And that one time, pop, 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 done, bro. I seen that, bro, multiple times in my life, bro. If it makes sense.
Yeah, I also wanted to say on fear, because we're talking about fear right now, how people fear the devil, which the devil has no power. God gives power over the devil.
Okay.
But the devil, it feeds on fear. A lot of people fear poverty. They fear criticism from others. They think they care what people think. They fear ill health. A lot of people fear death. So
I'm going to tell you something straight up. Something that's going to impact not just you, but your audience and the rest of the world. You want me to tell you something?
Yeah.
What you fear, you attract. A man or a woman that fears death would attract death. Certain things are not to even be spoken about. The mind is a magnet. If you think in negative terms, you attract negative. If you think in positive terms, you attract positive. That's why when we play basketball, no twos, no twos. Of course, we're going to attract the other team making the twos. Now you understand now why you don't even say it? You're pretty much telling the enemy what to do. Think about it, bro. You're giving the strategy to the enemies. No twos, no twos. That fear, you're giving strength to the enemy. The enemies, you got to keep them what? Close. You got to let them rock and roll. You cannot control when they got the ball, they're on offense. We're on defense. All we got to do is have faith.
Wow.
The secret to not fearing anything is faith.
Yeah, because I always thought
walk by faith, not by sight.
Not by sight.
You got me? If you walk by sight, when you see, okay, you're tall, you're 6'5", but imagine me, 5'8", and I see a man 6'5". If I walk by what I see, I'll fear you. Fuck, I look like fearing you or fearing anybody else in this world. I respect you, but I will never fear you. There's a difference between respecting somebody and fearing them, right? I come from a father my father's 6'2". My father got a very strong character, but my father channeled his energy towards drinking, he has a lot of kids with different women. You got me? I always said I don't want to be like my father. I use my father of the example of the man I didn't want to be like. I respect him, but I never feared him. But you want to hear the funny thing? Everybody to this day, they still fear my father, bro. My father walks into a room, his energy is so strong. And the funny thing is that my father, he's different from me. He doesn't talk. He's the opposite. I want you to meet my brother, bro. And I want you to interview my brother. My brother's potential is priceless, bro. My brother even became a millionaire. But that's the thing. You could become a millionaire. But if you don't become the person.
Hey world, Shamar Fields here, Brick by Brick. My goal is to take that one brick and continue to build on that brick to make a brick wall. We're here to impact people. We're here to transform people. We're here to uplift people. So I thank you for continuing watching. I pray that you guys get impactful about my message and my journey.
Overall, you could do the stuff, but you're not going to get the stuff overall. You're going to lose it because money comes last in the list. So it's like winning the lottery. He literally leveraged me, my mindset, if it makes sense, my experience, right? My knowledge, my wisdom, because he started working at a very young age in my businesses. My brother, I could put him anywhere, he stands out. And in basketball, he's lethal. But he has something that I don't like, and I'm gonna say this on video. He has a billion things I love. But just to use that as an example, to put it in perspective, even if you're a quiet person and you transmit to people the vibration that you're trying to shit on them, you're gonna scare people away. So when he's playing basketball, he's quiet, but he gives that demon or that energy, like he's better than you.
How do you feel about quiet people? Do you feel like people need to talk?
Nah, like there's introvert, extrovert. Like just be yourself. You got me. We all got different type of personalities, right? Quiet people are not quiet around the right people. My business partner, Alex, he's very quiet, right? But around me, I get the best out of him. So opposites attract. So I'm a good listener. God gave us 2 ears to listen. He gave us one mouth to talk. So low key, I'm a talker because I communicate. I'm a communicator, as you can see.
Slow to speak,
If you let me speak on your podcast or keep inviting me, you're gonna get knowledge and information and wisdom for unlimited. You got me?
Yeah, about that. I see you networking with a lot of people. You're always talking to people on the court. So what did you see in me that made you want to continue to like feed knowledge to me and have me in this atmosphere?
I just saw a 6'5" man, right? Walking, with all due respect, like a cat, crying and moaning and bitching. They touch a foul, driving the ball in like he's the king of the court, right? And a little motherfucker like me, sorry that I'm here cursing in your podcast, had it like, hey, bro, this is called the pain. You drive it in, I don't care how tall you are. I don't want to hurt you, but if you bring the ball in, I'm going to do the opposite, because the thing is, if you're a shifty player, I'm not going to move that much. So if you're a truck, and I know I'm a Lamborghini, Ferrari, I know that as a truck, you got strength, but I also know how to manage that strength because I have speed. So I'm going to do the opposite. So the thing I saw on you is what I see on everybody else. I saw the potential. I saw untapped potential. I saw a young man that if I go and nourish you mentally, help you overall, get more clarity, give you guidance, because I know I lead by example. In due time, I knew for a fact that you were going to see that I was different amongst our peers. Outside the court, inside the court, everywhere. I know I stand out without even telling people. So I knew for a fact that one day, if I pour into you and I plant seeds and build you, help you build your character, because that's why I love basketball. Basketball reveals people's character, right?
Yep.
Overall.
Starting to learn that.
Right?
Yeah.
Basketball reveals who has integrity, who doesn't, right? I'd rather lose the game and be ethical, right? Because I don't do it for them. I do it for me. Because God's watching, right?
Yep.
How I see life, right? If you're not a good human in the court, what makes you think you're going to be a good human outside the court?
I see that a lot now when I'm playing basketball. Like, people don't have integrity. And that gets me, like, out of character sometimes because I don't understand. Like, this is LA Fitness. This is basketball. Why are you lying? Like, if you stepped out, say you stepped out. But people just want that win. Like I told you before, that I see winning differently. I also said on a video on Instagram that I see winning differently. I don't look at the scoreboard. My winning is shooting confidently and
you fall in love now with the process, the journey.
Yeah, constantly lift people up if they do something bad. Like, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people get agitated and get mad at people if they turn the ball over, miss a shot. But I lift people up.
But you saw how I called that game today on that guy, that he was bullying the guys. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
You saw his cockiness. Because he's good. He's a good player. But he could become a great player if he works on his mindset. So what separates the best from the rest is mindset. And you saw, because one of the first games that I played with him, just to use him as an example, pretty much when they gave me the ball, he fouled me. And he hit me on my nose, if it makes sense. But he apologized because my energy, I know, is strong. He apologized because I never had a chance to greet him because I normally greet everybody. I tell him, hey, what's up, bro? I'm Carlos. What's your name? That I do that with everybody, if it makes sense. That's how you keep your enemies close. Hey, Rohn, I'm here with my brother Mars. He's going to start training me basketball. If you guys need a coach, basketball trainer, just hit him up. Mar Hoops.
Yeah, you can find me in Mar Investments. We're here trying to get 1% better. We all have love for the game, so I'm here to pay it forward and pay my time and my knowledge. So what do you need? You need help with your layups, I see. Do you agree?
I need help with my layups. Just follow him. Mar Hoops, Mar Investment. Contact him when you need basketball help, training. Thank you. Well, to make a long story short, I want to read this, Mars, because I don't want to stay off topic, right? You have to believe that's episode 2 for your Brick by Brick podcast, right? You chose that name, but I wrote something when it comes to you have to believe. It's shocking how many people don't believe their dreams is possible. But the truth is, anything is possible. You just need to plot, plan, and believe. Start building a bridge from where you are today to where your dreams lie. It all begins with believing it's possible. And as you build that bridge, step by step, brick by brick, it may end up being rather unconventional, perhaps even a bit weird, but undeniably beautiful. A bridge that you may not be able to fully explain to everyone. Yeah, it carries the essence of your dream. Everything begins with belief. If you wholeheartedly believe something is possible, you will achieve it. Uncertainty causes failure. I wrote those words to bring it to your podcast, brick by brick, step by step, an analogy, how to help people go from A to Z. You got in the elevator with us. You could have went in the stairs by yourself. You could have went fast alone. But you are in the elevator. And the minute you got in the elevator, right, you could go far together. I want to thank God. Praise not just God. I want to praise you. And I want to praise your audience. If I did it, you could do it, bro. And look at me in the eye. Because the eyes are the windows to our soul. Bro, if I did it, you could do it. You got a brother for life. To me, a relationship is worth more than money. People ruin relationships all day because of money. They kill people because of money. A relationship is priceless. And I understood that at a very young age. And you want to know why a relationship to me is priceless? Why? Because we all here have a gift to bring to the world. We all here to serve each other. And today, I was looking through my Instagram and I uploaded a few things, right? Which one of them was somebody had put a comment on June 21st, 2023. You do a great job at empowering yourself and others, so you're going to continue to win, bro. And they put like a king thing, crown. And I wrote this. I found my gift from God. My gift to God is what I do with the gifts that He's given me. I use my gifts to impact every life I touch. The goal is to do our individual contributions. I love people. Then I basically read Real Leader, because our mission as a leader is to create a leader that creates a leader that creates a leader. So I see you as a leader, right? Because you transition now from implementation to unification, right? But look at this. How can I help more people? These are questions I've been asking myself all my life. How can I serve more people? How can I impact more people? How can I help more people accomplish their dreams? How can I help people achieve the life they dream of having? How can I lead better? So many questions in my mind. All I want is to see others live their best life happy, with peace of mind, and with all the abundance, blessings that God has created for us. To be truly blessed, Mars, it starts with you blessing others. And you know why I'm a blessed man?
Why?
Because I'm always blessing others. What you sow is what you reap.
Paying it forward.
Paying it forward. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. God has given me all the dream cars. I'm not Floyd Mayweather. I'm Carlos Reyes. Carlos M. Reyes. All the cars, exotic cars, I've had them. I could buy them. Dream homes, had them. But everything starts with a dream business. And we could help your people with that. As an investor, you're an investor as well. Because it's not what you know, it's who you know. So, with this all said, so you could wrap it up, you have to believe. Everything starts, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Thank you for bringing me to your podcast. And I know, not simply brick by brick, because brick by brick is taking it into the stairs. Facts?
Yeah.
Right? You want to work smart, not hard. You were doing it brick by brick. And you could use that test as your testimonial. And that mess could be your message. And you're the messenger.
Hey world, Shamar Fields here, Brick by Brick. My goal is to take that one brick and continue to build on that brick to make a brick wall. We're here to impact people. We're here to transform people. We're here to uplift people. So I thank you for continuing watching. I pray that you guys get impactful by my message and my journey.
And that's how you monetize. Because money is a byproduct of value creation. You're day trading attention. Every time you create content, 1 hour video, then you get the shorts, the reels. You're impacting a life with your message.
All right, we're going to close on that. I appreciate you for coming here, speaking wisdom.
My brother! Es mentira!
The world got to hear what I've been hearing since I've been around him. He truly has wisdom and knowledge, and he doesn't sugarcoat anything, which I really respected about you.
Thank you.
Also, Gianni, he's also a mentor in my life who's constantly talks to me and constantly sends me videos. He gets my mind in the right place. You know, people on Instagram, they constantly scrolling and everything, but he sends me content that's actually meaningful. A lot of content out here is not meaningful, so I like what we're doing right here.
You become what you listen to, bro.
Exactly.
Right? Alignment between your thoughts. Quality of your life depends on quality of your thoughts. If you become what you say. Your thoughts determine what you say. And what you say determine normally what you do. But I want to read this too that I uploaded today. Be grateful for people who risk not being liked by telling you the truth. There's an African proverb that says, the speaker of the truth has no friends. The truth set me free, and I will forever speak the truth no matter who the F gets bought her. Fearless. I wrote that today, right? And then I also put, if you can't be corrected without being offended, you will never grow in life. Estamos en crecimiento, no en sentimientos. CMR. And before, if you can't be corrected without being offended, you will never grow in life. You're on growth mode. Because before, when I personally, leading by example, used to correct you, you used to take it personal. You used to get offended, right? Or facts, right? But now that you're on growth mode, you're growing, you're getting rid of weakness, right? Now you're going to be totally free. You're a new man. It's March 2.0, so you got to reintroduce yourself. You got to do an episode. Allow me to introduce myself. You get me? Because I'm not the same Mars that you guys thought that you guys knew. Exactly. So you got to stay away from still people. And elevation requires separation. You're flying with eagles now. Before you were with chickens. You're a creator, not a consumer.
Yeah, I definitely could say I have a better circle now. I'm constantly thinking differently. Even on little things, like it's just so crazy, like how just being around like people who gives you motivation and constantly feeding you knowledge, you see the world differently. Like even with driving, it's everything. Driving, basketball. Like I always have like a positive thinking. Like if we focus on negative stuff, we're gonna get negative results. But if we constantly being positive, we get positive results. You want to continue to attract negative thoughts if you continue to be negative. So I also wanted to shout out Jookstar. Me and Gianni was doing public interviews in the mall. And these guys were also starting a business. And it's not easy. Well, I won't say it on you because you talk to people a lot, but it's not easy trying to sell your business. They was hear people walking past them and being ignored, but I like their hustle. So I just wanted to shout them out. I bought shorts from them, and me and Gianni's gonna continue to doing public interviews. I also like public interviews because it's talking to strangers. Like
Networking.
I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Constantly focus on being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So that causes growth. So this is the end of Brick by Brick. Once again, I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me here, bro.
Thank you. I thank God. And tune in to the next episode.
Es mentira. My brother Rohn.